This is the one with lava lamp fish foes,
endless backflips,
a turkey-baster anecdote,
and more of the Clone Wars.
It's called The Doctor's Daughter.
Here we go!
We're still on our endless voyage, all through time and all through space.
With Levine and Angels now, Daleks, Cybers, and dude, wow!
Tennant, Smith, and Eccleston, Gallifrey, where it all began.
Doctor Who is cool again, that was Russell's master plan.
Who back when? Reviewing all new Who there is. Who back when?
Subscribe and rate on iTunes, please.
Rose and Donna, Amy Pond, Rory, Martha, and beyond. Join us on this odyssey. What other choice could there be than Who back when? Who back when?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of Podcast Land, and welcome to episode N048 of Who Back When, a Doctor Who podcast. Or DocPast. Yes, that's right, Leon. Thank you. I am here in the Pumpkin Enterprises studio today with Marie!
Hey!
Hello, Marie!
Hi! Awkward.
And I am Pumpkin, and no one else is here because Drew Back When, he was meant to be here as the sole representative of, the Who Back When Donna fan club, but he couldn't make it. He was otherwise engaged. Hence, we are is it too much to say Donna haters?
No.
No, it's not too much at all. We are two Donna haters in one room. We both have access to microphones. This can be great. Today we are looking at which episode?
The Doctor's Daughter.
That's right. Did you like it? Did you not like it?
I did not like it.
Oh!
Did you like it?
Well, I'm a wobbly thumb in the middle kind of guy.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, this is going to be great. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, well, shall we jump into a B-scale?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Let's jump.
Time for us to synopsize,
Slurpify and summarize,
so take a view
and grab a brew
and listen to this overview, this free-for-all.
We like to call a bite-sized chunk of Who. Bite-sized chunk of Who.
The Doctor, Martha, and, sadly, Donna materialize in the middle of a war, and the Doc's arm gets raped muy pronto, spawning his illegitimate offspring, Jenny, whom he fathers and mothers.
Jenny is but the latest in many generations worth of clones fighting against a race of fish dudes for the source. A nebulous, high-concept, lowbrow, no-clue thingy they all think they want.
Hilarity ensues. B-Scout over, you are welcome. Right. So that's what that is about.
Good.
You had seen this before, I assume?
Yes.
Okay, did you remember it when you saw it this time around?
Yes.
Oh, wow. You are in a way better position than I am.
Good start.
I remembered him having had a daughter, as in, I knew that there was a New Who episode with him having a daughter, but I remembered nothing about it.
So, had you not seen this before?
I had, but, back when it aired on TV.
Yeah,
as in, when it was new.
Yeah. I remember really liking it the first time round, actually.
Really?
I remember really liking the daughter, as a character, and then actually being really sad that they never did anything with her. She never came back.
Well, okay, so hang on. You know New Who so much better than I do, I think.
Yeah,
so I'm going to have to ask you a question.
Okay.
Do we get any more daughter or offspring?
Not so far.
No?
No. Although, I had a quick Google earlier, and apparently she appears in a comic
Oh,
book.
really?
So they've kind of done a little offshoot with her, but she's not back in Doctor Who at any point, I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the reason I ask is that, in the very beginning, when Classic Who started off, William Hartnell he was traveling around with his granddaughter.
Yeah.
So at some point he must have had a child, but I don't know. I don't think we ever find out if it was a daughter that he had or a son. We don't know if it's, how did he come about having a granddaughter?
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, because you know the old stuff a lot better than I do. Together we have the knowledge.
Well, there's this huge gap of several decades worth of Who that I don't know yet.
Yeah.
Or, that is very nebulous or vague in my mind.
But yeah, because there was the line when he talks about, I've had a family, I've done that, I've seen them die.
Oh,
and
does he say, I used to have a daughter, or I used to have a child? Or I've been a father before?
I think it's I've been a father before.
Oh, I think that, I think
they're
right.
non-specific.
Ugh. Keeping it vague, BBC.
Yeah. What's that about?
Talking BS. So the lady who plays the lady, oh yes, hello, I'm 14 years old, the lady who plays the daughter, the woman who plays the daughter is married to Tennant.
And they met in this filming this episode.
Yeah, and she is the actual daughter of Peter Davison.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they now have a daughter.
Oh, so freaky.
Who is the daughter of a doctor. She's the daughter of a doctor.
And the granddaughter of a doctor.
And the granddaughter of a doctor.
And Tennant's, if we view Tennant as the doctor. So wait, hang on. She is both the daughter and the wife of the doctor.
Yes.
Sexy.
And her daughter is the daughter of the Doctor.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I know.
It's like an MC Escher painting of just minds being blown.
Yes.
By the way, apparently she auditioned for a role on Doctor Who before.
Oh.
Thank you very much, Todd's Wiki, or possibly IMDb. I cannot remember. Take your pick. Apparently she originally auditioned for the role of Rose Tyler and didn't get it.
No way.
Yeah. So there must have been that moment where they went like, oh, it wouldn't be cool if we had the daughter of the actor who played the Doctor play like, you know, the main character, the first companion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been cool.
Yeah, but she's not chavvy enough.
Well.
Okay, oh, maybe.
So whether you think chavvy was a good thing.
No. Not necessarily.
Okay. She's definitely not as chavvy as Rose Tyler.
No, absolutely not.
No, she was pretty cool. Like, definitely the backflip scene was awesome.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, did you not like?
Well, both Drew and I just took a massive steamer on it at the end of the last review, because that's part of the, next week on Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it looks, and I looked at the time and it looks now so very much like something out of Resident Evil.
But isn't she a little bit kind of out of a...
Yeah, actually, that's a good point, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, she's a soldier that's been trained through...
Genetic
I don't know, she's just...
engineering. Actually, you know what? You are totally right. It's a very legitimate thing, isn't it?
She's created within seconds to be a fully grown human with these fighting skills. She knows how to load a weapon and shoot a gun and do a million backflips and...
Super sexy, by the way. I didn't realize.
Sexy.
Yeah, and I didn't...
And full perfect makeup as well.
Oh, well, that's how they're born.
That they come out of the clone machine with the makeup permanently etched on.
And wearing, like, why are they wearing regular people clothes?
Because they are regular people.
But why? I would have imagined them to, like, if you want to... Actually, you know what? This is such a weird way. I'm not in any way trying to say, like, why wasn't she naked? That's not what I'm trying to say.
Because it sounds a little bit like you are.
No, I feel like if you're genetically engineering soldiers, why are you just making human beings? Why aren't you making super soldiers that are, really strong, that maybe... I would imagine her to have like, bulletproof skin or, be really fast.
Because you're forgetting that this war has only been on for 7 days.
I have a bone to pick with that one.
But they didn't really go into this, but I sort of imagine the clone machines are there to populate the planet. They're not there to make soldiers.
Right. You're right. So they're just they're Xerox machines, basically. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Because they arrive with one ship, at however many 100 people on it, and they have to get to however many million people in a very short space of time. So,
which is weird.
Oh yeah.
Why do you have to do that? Why do you have to do you have to fill this entire planet with millions of people?
That's what people do.
Why couldn't they just fuck the planet full? Sorry to be very crude there. They are people. They're going to terraform it to be a new sort of paradise.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they just bone it, to completion? Why do they have to we're going to Xerox it right now?
Because they need workers. They need people to build the...
I guess.
I don't know.
Really? No. Wait, no. Because he even says...
machines, the robots
exactly.
do it. Yeah.
There were drones that built everything, so there are all these empty houses for them to live in. You know what? Build fewer houses and just...
Problem solved.
Have a normal life instead.
I did wonder as well. Again, this is me extrapolating.
Yeah.
None of this was mentioned, but you don't know where they've come from. Maybe a human life isn't long enough to last the journey, so they've been repopulating on the ship.
Oh, that's
maybe
interesting.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you just have them in stasis or something?
Maybe they don't have stasis technology.
Actually, wait. Are there any more people?
Oh, because...
Oh.
What I want to know, the only people we saw come out of the clone machines are young, fit, healthy soldiers. Yeah. And the war's been on for 7 days.
Yeah.
So
there's an old
nobody
dude
has
there
time
as well.
to age. Yeah. Where does the old dude?
Yeah. So this is where I have a theory that I don't think pans out.
Okay.
But so okay, hang on. Like, do you think they actually age? They experience time. Like, they've only been there for a week, but to them it actually feels like centuries.
Yeah.
And that guy who's super old in it, he was young 4 days ago. Do you think that's how it works?
I guess that kind of... No, I don't know.
I don't think so.
No.
If they're Xeroxing human beings, then they would feel like
Because,
it's been a week.
Why would they create them to age and wither and die within
They
a week?
wouldn't.
That doesn't seem...
Exactly, they wouldn't.
Yeah.
And even if they kill... Like, is the generation of a soldier, is that... or of soldiers, is that just the average lifespan of the soldiers that are currently in battle?
Yeah.
Is that sort of what it is?
I guess that each generation is each round of, like, clones. But
that doesn't mean that they feel like it's been a really long time.
No.
It would just mean like, oh, well, welcome to the world. Your general life expectancy is 4 minutes.
Yeah. But also, every single person that was alive has died, and they keep dying in order, so there's always new people.
Yes, I guess.
Like, nobody's been around long enough to... work out that this isn't...
Yeah, well, except for the old dude.
Apart from the old dude. Well, my theory about him is that... actually, it's Jim's theory by Nick Tip. But maybe they have different kind of levels, and you go in and you press your button and you pop out a soldier.
Oh, that's super good.
In order to have authority, they make the generals older so that they can boss around the soldiers. So they boop, 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 pop out an old guy, and he's in charge.
All right. In that case, I have to ask you and Jim by proxy a question.
Okay.
Why would there be different sized soldiers, and why are there both women and men? Why are there, why wouldn't you only have enormous muscular grunts?
Yeah.
Instead of like, oh, here's a cute little blonde girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that she's great at backflips, but I mean...
And she can manipulate guards into letting her out. So she's got other skills.
Yeah, but she doesn't need those skills. As far as the computer is concerned, would she be tempting fish people into the bone zone? I don't think so.
You never know. Those kinky fish guys.
I know. Spewing out a bunch of, squeezing out a bunch of eggs on the floor and waiting for someone to just splooge on them. Sorry.
That then doesn't fit with the whole, it wasn't designed to pump out soldiers, it was designed to repopulate the planet.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
So, but also, no, it must have been designed to spit out soldiers because that's where they're training.
They have, yeah, you're right. You are right.
Training.
But maybe someone, yes, you are right.
Yeah.
And that first generation wouldn't have gone like, oh, well, we're gonna reprogram everything to be soldiers. They would have been soldiers from the get-go.
When did this, why did this war start? Did the fish dudes the Hath?
Hath, yeah.
Did the Hath and the people come on the same ship?
I think so.
And why were they peaceful enough to decide to repopulate a planet together?
I don't know. I can't remember.
And then suddenly...
This must be in the episode. I think we just missed it.
Okay.
There must be... I mean, I don't remember there being any story of any backstory about, this is why you had two races. But clearly both came on the same ship because both of them are using identical Xerox machines.
Yeah.
Identical.
Yeah.
And, I mean... They have the same goal, so they must have the same legend.
Okay, so they said the lack of leadership meant that the factions were fighting.
Yeah, but
that was
ridiculous.
how they explained it, basically. The leader, the main guy died, and then everybody else started fighting.
Yeah, but when my line manager leaves the office, I don't take my colleagues and shove them into the copying machine. Okay, so why fish people?
Yeah.
And also, another question about the whole thingy. So I get how you might be able to reprogram the Xerox machine to put different memories and skill sets in these people. But where do you get all the guns from and everything?
Yeah.
Is that what do they have
if you can Xerox people, I feel like you can Xerox guns.
Oh, that's probably true.
Yeah.
But it's
we can basically do that.
Oh, so it's a 3D printer.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Yeah,
I guess so.
How did these fish people evolve so that they have to breathe in tanks?
Oh, but they're fish. So
but they're part fish, part human. He had a shoulder.
He has arms and legs.
Yeah.
I mean, this is...
how did that happen?
They are the centaurs of the ocean. They are part...
But that can't breathe without...
Yeah, because they still have gills. He still had gills, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's another thing. All the fish people are dudes.
Oh.
I mean, I don't want to seem racist. They all look the same to me. But, I mean, there's...
You don't... Could you tell if...
Martha assumes that it's a dude.
Maybe she
checked.
Oh!
He's like, do you mind if I just put my... Oh!
They didn't show us that bit, did they? Why...
No caviar in there.
Why...
Ugh, I'm sorry.
Okay. Moving on. Why doesn't the TARDIS translate the fish?
Yes, I know. That's
And
God damn it.
does Martha learn to speak fish in a day? Because in the beginning she definitely doesn't understand them, and by the end she's like, "Oh, you stop."
Yeah, I have a note about that, podcast land. How dare you think otherwise? I've written, why isn't the TARDIS translation matrix working on the Hath?
Yeah.
But actually, maybe it is.
But if it's working for Martha, then I feel like we should be able to hear it. Why can't we hear it?
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe it's like, you've seen the Horse Whisperer, right? Like maybe she's that for fish.
The fish whisperer.
Yeah.
I did wonder whether she doesn't actually understand them. She's just doing that thing where you make up. Like, I talk to my cats and I make up their part of the conversation.
Oh, nice.
Now I sound like a crazy cat lady.
No, not at all. Do you speak for them as well?
Yeah.
Slight tangent. But...
Yeah. They go, meow, and I go, oh wow, and then what happened?
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so she's just
I think that's completely natural.
She's just reacting to the fish guy.
Yeah, but the difference is that your cats don't have, like, massive rifles.
Yeah. Why the fuck would you... Sorry for my language, but...
No, don't worry about it.
Okay, you're surrounded by fish guys with guns.
Yeah.
And you've got a guy with a...
with a bum fish shoulder. Yeah.
Why would you snap that into place and make him scream in agony and not think that they were not... Like, why wouldn't they shoot you?
Because she figures, well, if I show these people that I've healed one of theirs, then they're not going to kill me. Or possibly it's just like, I mean, she's a doctor.
There's a point before you realise that you're healed.
Oaf? I just said Hippocratic oaf. I'm sorry, that was a Freudian slip.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry.
The fish guy's screaming in pain, and she does this really violent act. I think I would expect a bullet in the head at that point. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so.
It takes you a while to realise and go, oh, yeah, no, my arm doesn't hurt anymore.
Oh,
Thanks for that.
but not this fish dude.
No.
He figures it out right away. He goes,
Okay.
ow! Oh, by the way, guys, don't shoot her. She's now my friend.
Yeah.
And also, okay, so, what did I say? And also, I made a Star Trek parallel with their little, like, B story. Because there's an episode where it's Kirk and the dude who looks like a... Oh, is he a Gorn? No, is Gorn maybe the other monster? Kirk and some lizard dudes crash on a planet. And they did a remake of this in Star Trek Enterprise as well. But they crash on a planet, they've been fighting each other, and then they fight on this desert planet. It's just the two of them, on a moon or whatever. And then after a while, they realize that they have to cooperate. And then all of a sudden, bilateral Stockholm syndrome sets in, and they're like buddies. And the same thing kind of happens here, especially when they're up top.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think he survived, or do you think he just swam around in that sludge?
Yeah, I guess. He's just like, bye Martha, see you later. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just think he jumps in to save her, sacrificing himself, and it never occurs to her that she should maybe try and save him. Oh,
no, she is out of there as quick as...
Just like, bye,
No. Oh, screw you. You're such an idiot. Are you kidding me?
You deserve to die. Yeah. Oh, dear.
Okay, so we've had a little chat about Martha.
Mm-hmm. Wait, no, let's talk more about Martha.
Oh, okay, let's do that. Sorry.
I super love Martha.
Oh, really?
Like, super love Martha.
Really?
And I'm quite sad that I kind of missed all the Martha episodes, so I could tell you how awesome she is.
Please justify that.
So, because I will.
Okay.
Because coming off the back of Rose, who just fritters around the whole time going, "Oh, what now, Doctor? Oh, what's happening, Doctor? Oh, Doctor, save me!" Oh,
yep.
And it's so annoying, so annoying. And then you get Martha, who is like fiercely intelligent and a doctor, and like stands on her own 2 feet and has agency and does her own thing. And
agreed.
And I feel like it's a real.
Don't you feel like the writing was very poor?
I feel like she was let
down.
Yeah, but I also feel like there were some really good episodes. But anyway, yeah. But I think that
name one good episode.
The one
not
with
the finale.
What?
Which one? Oh, you're right. There are 2 good episodes.
Yes.
There's that double feature.
Yeah, and then obviously Blink, but she's not really in Blink.
Human Nature. And the Family of Blood.
Yes.
That's what they're called. Yeah.
What's the one? Is there one called Smith and Jones as well?
That's her first one. That's the one where the hospital gets plopped on the moon.
Yeah.
And we got rhino monsters. Please tell me that's not one of your favorites.
No, that's not
No,
it.
that's absolute pants.
I can just remember that title for some reason. But yeah, I think, and everyone gives her this really hard time because it's like, oh, she just moons over the Doctor and is in love with him and like get over it. And I just think, no, like if if this guy came and swept me off my feet and showed me the universe, I would fall in love with him.
Yeah, probably.
And she's the only person that is allowed to. She is single, and she's the right age, and, well, not for how he looks.
Sure.
He is.
Yeah.
And everybody else falls in love with him who already have boyfriends or fiancés or husbands.
In fact, Rose falls in love with him whilst being
and
in a relationship.
drags her boyfriend along with him.
100% cheats on her boyfriend.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I
mean, let's not kid around, though. I mean, he cheats as well. He goes off and has a relationship with what's-her-face. Oh.
I can't remember. I don't know where we are. I don't know if I've got a spoiler for you if you haven't seen... You've seen more in advance, haven't you?
Yes.
Because
Mickey and Martha. They get married, right?
End up together.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Yeah, spoiler alert, first land. Sorry about that. That's the recollection I have as well.
She was fingering her engagement ring.
Figuratively.
At the end of literally.
Oh, sorry. Yes, of course.
At the end of the episode. Was that Mickey?
No. Wait.
Is that different?
Oh, maybe. Because I think at this point she's still together with that weirdo doctor that that doctor that she meets at the end of, not Last of the Time Lords? Yeah, Last of the Time Lords.
Yeah.
When they've reversed history, they've undone the apocalypse, and then she goes and meets up with this doctor who's like a, Doctors Without Borders type dude.
Yeah.
And just goes, I've seen you bare-chested, I think. Maybe that's just in my mind, by the way. It's like, I've seen you bare-chested, you've got killer nips, marry me.
Let's make this happen.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, sweet.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for someone to love my abnormally sized nips.
Are they really that big?
They're different size. I think we said on the show when we got to that point, like the finale, was it a concluding triple episode, I think?
Yeah, possibly.
Sound of Drums, Last of the Time, whatever.
Yeah.
Utopia.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, it was.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So that triple episode, I think we even said at that point, like, okay, we've now said our farewell to Martha. In this one, she kind of proved that she had potential.
Yeah.
But they never did anything with it. Like, I feel like the writing was so poor.
But that was what I was going to say. I was so excited that Martha was in this episode.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Martha's back! And then it just fell a little bit flat, and she kind of... she had this opportunity to... Well, she did. She befriended the Hath. Got them on her side.
Yeah.
And then, just the only thing she did was make it to the doctor so the doctor could save the day.
Yeah.
She didn't really contribute anything.
No, really. She had her own story.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I was a little bit disappointed in her role in this one.
Wasn't it a little bit weird that she is still sticking with Martha, still not crossing over to Donna territory? But did you not also think that it was a little bit weird that she just left? Like, why?
Because she is engaged, as we know from the ring, and she is loyal and she has commitments on Earth, and she can't just go swanning off with the doctor.
No, that is true. Yeah, but you know what?
She's a good person.
She is a good person. Yeah. I think I've just come to expect so little of the New Who companions. Yeah. I think also that's probably proof that it is Mr. Weird Nips and not Mickey Ricky.
Okay.
Because if it were Mickey Ricky, she'd go like, yes, I'm 150% on board. Let me just get my fiancé.
Yeah, exactly. Let me just bring him with you. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, maybe.
I reckon that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, another question about Martha scene.
Okay.
When she arrives in the Hath base, is it not... This is going to be a weirdo circular Doctor Who reference. Not really. You'll see what I mean.
Okay.
So isn't it a little bit like Christopher Eccleston's military base in 28 Days Later, where it's like the end of the world... She's stuck in a military base, except they're all fish, and now they're going to repopulate the world with her. Because there's that weirdo scene where all the fish start touching her face. They're like, oh yeah, oh yeah. And that never gets explained. It's not like, we're blind and we see by touch, It's not like, oh, we've never felt hair before. It's literally like, oh yeah.
I have to say, I don't think I got that vibe. But now you mention it.
It's very weird.
Okay.
I think so. It's super awkward. And why does it never get explained? And it's not also...
A lot of things in this episode don't get explained, though, to be fair.
Yeah, I guess that is true.
With light on explanations. I think it's because... So these are all fish clones who have been at war with the humans for generations.
7 days, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. Actually, that makes perfect sense, because they might have, the memory of a goldfish.
Yeah, exactly. So they might have never met a human woman.
They've shot humans all the time.
She's not scaly. And they're just feeling her like, wow, what's this weird hair thing on
these
her head?
singular, these specific
these
fish.
Specific fish.
God damn it, you Sherlocked it.
No Sherlock references. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, all right. Okay. I'm waiting. Okay. Donna.
Shall we?
Shall we? God.
I have to say...
Oh, God, no.
She irritated me a lot less than she has...
Really?
I think she was less shouty. Definitely less shouty. And...
Was she a good actress in this?
No, not
Donna.
good.
What's her face? Catherine Tate.
Catherine Tate.
Yeah.
Not good, but less awful.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you mind terribly if I directed your attention to the following two soundbites? Okay.
This makes me so happy.
This is prefaced in my notes by, yep, I was right, Catherine Tate is the worst actress in the world. Soundbites.
Her name's Martha. And she's not collateral damage, not for anyone. Have you got that, G.I. Jane?
I come to the impersonation. It's like, have you got a G.I. Jane?
That was very good, actually.
That was
leave
good.
That in. Yeah.
That was terrible.
Yeah, no, that's the point, though. Like, that's exactly how she sounds.
Oh, you mean my impersonation was good?
Yeah.
Oh, right. I thought you were talking about her performance.
No. Oh, God, no.
Oh, God, no. Good God, no.
Good God, no.
All right, separate soundbites. Along the same lines, though. Really well-written script, by the way. Soundbite number 2.
Oi, all right, call the beans, Rambo.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's so bad.
I might have to take it back.
I mean, it is so terrible.
It was so bad. My bugbear as well,
Okay.
with Donna, is always the whole, like, people assume they're a couple, and then she, like, way over the top kind of says, no, we're not a couple.
Yeah, Tennant does as well, though.
Yeah, they both do. But there was a particular scene where it was so easy not to, because,
Is this the one,
Jenny-
you and your partner or something?
Jenny, that, you and your partner, and they both go, ew,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
no, no.
Oh, God, no. Gross.
But later on, Jenny goes, so you travel with the doctor, but you're not together. And all at that point, all she has to do is go, yes, correct, Jenny, you've got that. Well done. And instead, she's like, he's not even human. Why would I? It's probably illegal. It's like, no.
And super racist.
Super
Said
racist.
directly to the face of someone who is part Time Lords,
Yeah.
part Gallifreyan.
Yeah. Ish.
Actually, no, wait. Holy Gallifreyan.
Holy.
Yeah.
2 hearts.
2 hearts. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Bloody Catherine Tate ruined another episode.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a super great episode to
No.
begin with, but like, gross. The acting is so terrible. Okay, what about the turkey baster anecdote? Because I don't really remember what the whole thing was about. It was like, it is kind of a rape scenario, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
he
like
definitely didn't agree to father a child.
Exactly.
And then suddenly there's...
There is a child
Yeah.
involved.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to father it and so on and so forth. And I get that.
Yeah.
And that's suddenly a really profound piece of, a valuable emotional context to apply to this otherwise really redonkulous story.
Yeah.
And she then flips that around and talks about her friend who got preggers,
With a turkey based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is...
And still loves the kid, and...
So what is are we meant to believe that this person just like scooped up someone's semen into a turkey baster? Never mind the context how she got a hold of that semen.
Yeah. Just some guy down an alley. Yeah. But I feel like she's missing the point, because the woman with the turkey baster still has the choice.
The choice.
She wants
Exactly.
to get pregnant with this random man's cum. You know?
I guess.
Yeah. That she
Or
did
was
that
she
to
making a comment
herself.
about the dad in that scenario? Or are we talking about like someone who goes to a sperm bank? Is that what she's...
I don't know.
Is it
Yeah,
just a joke to
it
say turkey
could
baster?
be just a sperm bank. I think maybe it's basically saying, even though it's not a traditional way of conceiving a child, it's still your child.
Is it just me? Isn't it like a fairly common anecdote? I don't know how truthful it is, but I feel like I've heard this before. It certainly appeared in the pilot episode of Ray Donovan, great TV show. Definitely watch that.
Hey.
Spoilers for the first 2 minutes of that episode. The whole thing of someone doesn't want the dad to have a choice in the matter.
Yeah.
And sort of surreptitiously obtains the sperm
Yeah.
by like keeping the condom or whatever, popping that in, literally the quote is a turkey baster,
Yeah.
and then using that to impregnate oneself.
Yeah.
Like her anecdote implies that there is still someone out there who doesn't want to father a child.
Yeah,
except
true.
in her anecdote, that father is not taking care of the child. I think. Isn't that what she says? I think so.
I guess, yeah.
It's really weird.
There's also a scene in Peep Show where he talks about that because he has sex with, like, the woman that he's been in love with forever, and then I can't remember at what point in the relationship it is, but they have sex, and then she flips herself upside down so that the sperm can, like, do its job. And he has this whole rant about her stealing his sperm. And it's fantastic. Highly recommend Peep Show also, late to the game, but if you haven't seen it. Yeah, and it is like, you mainly focus on the woman, like you accidentally get pregnant and the woman's lumbered with the baby, but it happens to men too.
Well, any parent.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, obviously there's a whole biological thing, there's a 9-month process that the dad doesn't have to go through, but then in this case, there is no such thing.
Skipped. Yeah.
It was just really weird. I felt like the turkey baster anecdote was not entirely thought through by the writer. It was just like, oh, this is a reference that some people will recognize in the audience, and those that don't might just laugh because it sounds kind of silly or whatever.
Yeah.
But actually, there's a real meaning behind it that clashes with what he's going through. Very odd.
Yeah.
Speaking of the writer, this was written by Stephen Greenhorn. Hello, Stephen Greenhorn. Who also wrote The Lazarus Experiment.
Oh.
Do you like The Lazarus Experiment?
I think I did.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry for sounding surprised, Stephen Greenhorn.
Did you? Wait.
I'm going to look it up on Who Back When right now to see what we gave it, because I have a feeling it wasn't high. The Master has a hand in it, but he doesn't actually appear in it. It's the one where Mark Gatiss is an old dude who uses a machine to rejuvenate himself, and then he turns into a weird lobster monster.
Is this the first one that Donna's in? Or
no, it's a Martha Jones one.
Oh, is it Martha?
We get to see all of her family.
Yeah. I want to take it back. I don't know if I liked it or not. It was too long ago. I can't remember. But I think I remember liking the fact that Mark Gatiss was in it.
I mean, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
He's just amazing.
Yeah.
But as I recall, it's a really pants episode.
Yeah. Oh dear.
So...
Are these his only 2 episodes?
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah.
Good.
I looked it up. He only has 2 writing credits, or 2 full writing credits, but then there's a 3rd episode, quite recent one, Capaldi, Magician's Apprentice, in which the fish dudes appear.
Oh.
Which I don't remember at all.
Maybe they're his creation then, the fish dude.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was like, characters by Stephen Greenhorn.
Yeah.
Well done, Stephen Greenhorn.
Why didn't you give them some backstory, Stephen?
Come on, Stephen. The amateur hour.
Oh, dear.
Do you have anything else to say about Donna in this one? Before we close the door on Donna, sadly not, because she reappears. Spoilers.
Yes.
Oh.
This was the really pedantic thing.
Oh, yes! Let's hear
Funkin' loves pedantic. So, when she's doing the whole, I'm so clever, I know the Dewey Decibel System.
Yeah.
And she's looking at the numbers, and she works out that they're not like English dates, they're backwards like American dates. But they're not like American dates. Like, they're just not like any, they're just...
Dates?
They're just dates, but they're backwards. Like... It's just such a stupid comment. I don't know why it was in there.
I can't claim to know how one writes dates in the States if it's different.
I shall let you know. No, so basically in England, we go day, month, year.
Yeah.
And they go month, day, year. But the year is always at the end, which is why they get Pi Day, because they have 3.4.
Oh, what? This is awesome.
Anyway. But yeah, so the dates that were above the doors, the last number was the day, and that was the one that kept going up.
Yeah, exactly.
Tick, up.
Yeah.
And the first numbers were the year.
6,000, whatever it was, yeah.
Everything was backwards. It went year, month, day, and that's not how they do it in America.
Yeah, but I think that doesn't that kind of just underscore Donna's contribution here? Because, fine, she didn't have to learn anything in order to figure this out. It is pure coinkydink.
Yeah.
She goes, doesn't she say something like, I worked in a library and I learned the whole system in less than a day?
Yeah.
Go, well done, good for you. It doesn't apply here.
It's not, and I don't know if it's that complicated. Sorry, librarians that are listening.
I think it's very complicated.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know it, so I don't know how complicated or not it is.
Yeah.
But I think it probably is, it would be quite impressive to learn it in a day, and like to master it in a day. Clearly she didn't, because she looks at a
master,
fucking date
yeah.
and thinks that that's what it is.
Yeah.
And also, why would she go around what is to her an alien world and think, I'm going to look for Earth library symbols. This makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah. Because she thinks she's smart.
Yeah.
Oh, Donna.
No, didn't really work out. It's the equivalent of another scene where she did quite well, I think.
Oh.
In the... which one is it? Now I can't remember what it is. There's one episode where she uses her HR skills. With units, I want to say. It's not the first Torchwood one, is it? No, it's not Torchwood, the first Sontaran one. I don't think so. I can't remember what it is now. Where she goes like, oh, you guys have been looking at the wrong thing. The real thing is that no one's ever taken any sick days. I know this because I used to temp in HR.
Yeah, I do.
I was like, all right, cool. All right, I get it. I get it.
Good knowledge.
You got skills.
Yeah.
Well done. Very
She's
relevant.
like street smart.
Yeah, exactly.
But like for HR smart.
For HR, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't apply here.
No.
It's like they're trying to ham-fist another career into her backstory. It just is not going to work out. It's like, oh, this reminds me of the time I was a lion tamer. So, anyway, I only have one more note about Donna, and that is that her phone was already upgraded in the last episode. It is a plot hole. It is a continuity error for him to upgrade her phone in this one.
Maybe it's a new universe, like it's a, I don't know, new planet. It needs upgrading again.
I don't think so.
No.
Also, both of these
Steven.
episodes... Yeah, damn you, Steven!
Watch the last episode at least, come on. God.
Maybe they recorded both of them and they didn't know in what order to... No, actually, that's clearly not the case, because...
Martha!
No, exactly, yeah, you're right.
No,
I don't know. Someone messed up somewhere. In fact, both of these episodes... on TARDIS Wiki or IMDb, or possibly both. Both of them say, oh, and classic trope of the companion, this is the episode where she gets her phone upgrade.
Oh, no.
Oh, just like every companion gets exactly once.
Yeah.
What? Right. Yeah, that's what I've got about Donna. What about the daughter? Did we really cover the daughter? What about the death of the daughter / rebirth of her?
Yeah. And why does Martha suddenly think that she knows all about regeneration? I've never seen a regeneration. She's never seen a regeneration. And yet suddenly she's the one who's like, no, sorry, she's definitely dead. She's not coming back from this.
Yeah.
Like she is an expert.
Yeah, well... I never bought into the whole, oh, she's a doctor thing. I really thought that was...
Oh, really?
It was not convincing. I'm really sorry.
Oh, dear.
I agree, though. You're completely right. It's
And
not
like she just went and touched her neck, like she was feeling for a pulse, and then Donna's like, is she going to make it? And she just does this really sad head shake. And it's like, I don't think that's a full examination there.
No.
Like,
also, that's an alien you're touching.
Yeah. And she wasn't bleeding. There was no blood. She got shot. Like, it was a normal gun.
Yeah.
And the doctor's holding her and he's got his hand on her chest and there's not a mark on her t-shirt.
Maybe that's how they fell in love. He was holding...
his daughter.
Oh, you had to go and make it weird.
Sorry. But yeah, I spotted that. I was like, oh, they don't want to make it gruesome. It is a family show. But we've had blood before.
I was going to ask, do we ever get to see the Doctor's blood?
Do you think she'd have, like, Time Lord blood? It wouldn't be red.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, it might look different.
Maybe they don't bleed.
Oh, I know that they have blood.
Okay.
In the next classic Who episode that we're going to be reviewing... Possibly the last classic Who review, depending on when this drops, is Spearhead from Space, the very first John Pertwee one. And in that one, he gives a blood sample, and the human doctors are flummoxed. They're like, oh, this is not a human blood type.
Yeah.
But he does have blood.
So they do have blood, yeah.
And apparently in all the normal places, even though he has 2 hearts and clearly is wired differently.
Yeah. All the veins the same.
All of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I thought I was proven wrong by trivia. I thought that she was regenerating at the end of it. That it was like a latent whatever, and then, now we've got some potential for a shitty spin-off with, another Time Lord or a Time Lady.
I think that's the thing, is because he made the point to say she's not a Time Lord, she's an echo of a Time Lord. You don't know
That's
whether...
a terrible scene, by the way. As in, like, it's a heart-wrenching scene.
But...
So mean.
Oh.
Why is he so cruel to her? Like, oh, you're nothing, like, you're the only remnant of a heritage you have.
Rape.
Yeah, but so? Oh, no, it's not her fault.
Well, no, true, okay. But yeah, so we don't know whether she can regenerate, and she didn't regenerate. She did the...
Yeah, it's...
healed her, but...
What's his face? Stephen Moffat. What's his face? Our Lord and Saviour, Stephen Moffat, has said that Jenny did not regenerate. It was the source that, revived her.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get that. It didn't look like the source. It looked like the regeneration.
Wait, so you did think it was the regeneration?
Yeah, well, yeah. Not a full regeneration, but the regeneration energy, I think, is it Rose? She kind of has enough regeneration energy to save herself. Somebody else uses it one time.
Rose definitely does.
Rose does when she has it all. I can't remember. There's somebody who uses it one time and definitely isn't a Time Lord and can't regenerate into a new body, but can use it to heal themselves.
Oh, that's a good... Wait, hang on, what is this?
Who is that?
Isn't it one of the doctors giving up some of his energy?
Does he do it to save...
Someone.
Is it River?
Companion, I'm assuming?
Maybe it's River.
Oh, maybe.
But then she'd have her own, so I don't know why she would need his. I don't... Oh, my God. The library's coming up. Are you excited?
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
Oh, my God. Amazing.
Yeah, but yeah, so I kind of thought that she was maybe using it to heal herself, but it didn't mean that she could regenerate fully.
Right.
I did not
she gets one go.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
I did not get that it was the
I thought, my note is, did she just regenerate? Spin-off potential?
Yeah. Because that's exactly what I thought the first time I watched it. I was like, oh my God, there's going to be another show. Or she's going to come back and he's going to have a companion that's his daughter.
Yeah.
Looping it back round because he started with the granddaughter.
And then at some point she's going to have a love interest, and then that arc can end with her giving birth to a daughter.
Which would have been lovely.
It would have been lovely.
Never happened.
Nope.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know. Maybe she'll come back.
Yeah.
Which actually, I would like to get some closure on that.
I think that would be nice.
I don't want a whole series. I don't want like a spin-off about her adventures with her daughter or anything like that. Or even that the Doctor travels around with his granddaughter. I want an arc that ends with what's-her-face, Jenny, having a baby.
Baby girl.
That's it.
Yeah. And let's write that episode.
And somehow being sent back in time.
We could write that episode.
Oh my God!
Let's do it.
And then to save a daughter, she has to hide her away in time. And the only one that she trusts to be the greatest babysitter is her dad.
Yes.
The daughter's grandfather.
Yes.
But in such an early iteration that the Daleks will never find her.
Yes.
Little does she know most of their stories are Dalek ones.
Damn it, she didn't do a history.
Well, not really. Actually, yeah, I'm not entirely right about that.
We'll work out the details.
But this is a great story.
Yeah.
Okay, Drew, are you listening? This is the one we're writing instead. This is awesome. There was another thing, I couldn't find it. Maybe someone in podcast land can help out with this. I am sure this is a Classic Who reference. Tennant has a little wind-up mouse.
Oh.
And it really felt familiar to me, and I can't place it. I don't know.
I don't know any references.
But it felt like something that maybe Tom Baker played with at some point. Maybe someone in podcast land can help out with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, pop a comment on whobackwhen.com.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Awesome.
In advance. I literally have one more note and that's it. What have you got?
The only thing I have is we kind of touched on this earlier, and I just think it was quite a deep, it could have been quite a deep episode with a lot going on, and he's mentioning his family that but it just seemed like it was done in such a flippant way that...
What, the references to his family?
Yeah, like it was just this kind of throwaway comment, and then...
Yeah, it was fan service more than anything else.
Yeah, and I think that kind of disappointed me a little bit, because I like it when you get backstory and Donna's going, oh, you talk all the time, but you never really say anything. I thought that was quite a nice line, actually.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
But do we get any more hints at his past family?
No, and that
later on in New Who.
That's what I was going to ask you about, is whether this did tie in with the older stuff, which I think we've established that it doesn't really. And I don't think it's really ever mentioned again, and it just seems such a shame that that's just a throwaway comment about him having a family that's then never expanded on. If maybe it is and I've not remembered.
Well, he has a wife.
Yeah.
I mean, he do you think at some point River Song has a kid?
No, because I think we've seen her whole arc now.
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be more. I hope there is. There won't be. I don't think there's any more to that. And she never had a kid in that time, so
that we're aware of.
I don't think it can be.
No? Okay. All right, fine.
I don't know. I kind of thought it was because River Song is post the Time War, and how he was talking about it was like that they were killed in the Time War, so it was like an old, his first marriage.
Yeah, that's true, but then that doesn't really pan out later on when we get to see the Time War. Like, he has no personal stake in it except for the fact that it's his homeworld.
Yeah, exactly, which is the thing that's why it's sad, because it doesn't, like, it was this throwaway comment that made you feel sorry for him in that moment, but then they've never built on it. I think that's a real shame.
Well, the thing is, when we are introduced to the Doctor, as in 1963, he just had a granddaughter, and there's never any mention of a child, as in like a middle generation. There's never any mention of that.
Okay.
And there's never even a scene where, her name's Susan, there's never even a scene where Susan goes, oh, I really miss my parents. Like, there's nothing like that. So but given the fact that this is a time travel show, they can close that loop. Like, it's definitely doable. I want to see that.
I want to see that.
Yeah. Unless if they don't close the loop, then this is something that happened before the show even started. It's a past tragedy of his from before 1963's Doctor Who. You know? Pre-old grumpy Hartnell. It's young, buff Hartnell.
Do you think he was young and buff?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just born into an old man body.
Massive six-pack. A huge floppy dong, and he went cruising across the galaxy.
Yeah. They could still do that, because they've gone back and done, like, the Doctor as a child. We've seen him as a little boy.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
So
we've never seen adolescence.
We've never seen adolescence, no.
Oh, I'm a little curious.
I'm a little curious.
Because it's sort of the opposite of the thing from before, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because his puberty will have lasted forever.
Yeah. Still in it.
Right. Very cool.
Well, you said you have one more.
Yeah, and that is that in the end credits, there are two Haths that are credited, and they are Hath Peck and Hath Gable.
Oh.
What? As in Gregory and Clark.
Okay.
Why?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know why.
Okay.
But that happened. Yeah, that's it.
Gregory.
Should we jump into a rating?
Okay.
Bingo bongo.
And now it is time to rate this. Did we laugh or hate this? Bing bong, hey, la 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 la. Ratings.
Okay, do you want to start off?
Yeah. So I thought about a rating before I came here, which I never normally do. I normally just make it up on the spot. And now that we've talked about it, I don't think I've changed my mind. In fact, if anything, you've been more negative than I expected you to be. I was floating around maybe just giving it a 2.5 and thinking it's straight down the middle. It's not a good episode, but it's not a terrible episode either.
Oh, okay.
And then I thought, nah, Donna's in it. And there are so many loose ends and plot holes and so I think I settled on a 2.2.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a very fair score.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely making this up on the spot. I want to give this a 2.0 because I think there are some pretty cool concepts. I like the whole, I like the reveal. The reveal is so much better than the idea behind the reveal is so much better than the entire episode. It's like, wait, what? It's only been a week? That's ingenious.
Yeah.
Except unfortunately it's pants. And for the rest of it, rewind this whole podcast. That's why. 2.0.
Yeah. Solid.
Yeah.
Hello? Hello? This is Representative Drew Back When of the Who Back When Donna fan club checking in. Here's my review. We start off with a companion threesome in the TARDIS. They're all gasping and groaning. Donna starts off with, "What the hell's it doing?" Tennant says, "My old hand's very excited about it." Donna, "I thought that was just some freaky alien thing." Most of the episode I was annoyed that it seemed like it should have been called Technically the Doctor's Daughter, except that isn't as good a title. But then she is. What? Also, when's this progenation technology becoming available? My wife would be thrilled if all I had to do was stick my arm into a machine. The Kung Fu sound effects are ridiculous, but this episode deserves some props for its unusually female cast. Speaking of females, I thought Donna was great in this one. Agency, check. Temp agency, double check. And I love the Dr. Donna sparring. Here is just a sample of Donna's good scenes. 1. Figuring out the plot. My note here was, I bet Leon hated Donna showing an ability and being proud of it. 2. Doc and Donna in the prison, but especially 3. Family discussion in the corridor. She's sorry and muted. Why didn't you tell me? It makes for a good scene, possibly the best besides Tennant's tour de force at the end. When Doc says he can only remember but that part won't come back, Donna says he's wrong because she won't indulge him like that. She's the best thing that ever happened to him. And I like the line about the Doctor not being an actual parent because of what comes later. To follow up on Marie's quick Google, here's some more info on Georgia Moffat, who played Jenny. Her career is such that she's been two different people on Holby City in episodes 10 years apart. But according to IMDb, she appeared alongside Peter Davison, i.e. her dad, in a Big Finish audiobook Red Dawn. She was in the Five-ish Doctors, apparently. And later she was in an animated Tennant adventure, Dreamland, as well. And she's been married to him since 2011. So she's got the honour of not only having been in Doctor Who loads of times, but of having had Doctor Who be in her loads of times. Talk about keeping it in the family. Martha's doctoring skills, specifically her instant prognosis ability, just gets weirder and weirder. Hold on, I can examine you a random alien, pop your shoulder right back in, but if it were me lying there like last week, I'd be utterly powerless. Martha is at least allowed to be a doctor, though, and show some compassion. Mostly she does a good job, but everyone has at least one really lame line to deal with in the episode. Who the hell are you? It's like a town, a city underground. Oh, I like a sauce. Let's not forget Tennant, though. He gets to do some excellent acting in this one. He acts Cobb off the screen, and Cobb's an old theatre actor. He's eloquent about genocide. He's good between the armies at the end. He gets to do some super heavy breathing. And he carried me with him when he asks them to remember a man who never would shoot as the basis for their society. Fired by the pain of having lost his family all over again. Strong. And he gets to go on a journey of accepting Jenny, which he just about pulls off, and along the way she gets to best him a few times, which is a nice touch. Also, to call back to a previous Who Back When review, he's so snotty about how crap humans are. Maybe he is hanging around them just to be superior. The story raises some good questions, parallel to evolution. Are we as bad as we are because of evolutionary pressures selecting for the most aggression? Is that why we fall in behind a leader whose only qualifications are viciousness and bellicosity? Is that the legacy of most of our history? The city schematic is hopelessly simple, which I was going to rage about, but that turns out to be a clue, so nice. My own theory about Old Man Cobb and how on earth he can exist is that he's a progenited version of an identical guy who died maybe 5 days ago. There are lots of plot holes, though. Even more confusing is that they're terraforming this new peace planet with unit machinery. The twist was good, but the whole conceit of the war's been going on longer than they can remember is a lot like the Sontarans and the Rutans, and we had them last week. My own theory about the Doctor's family is that Capaldi and Riversong had a child during their 24-year poundathon on Beryllium, perhaps confused by the slow rotation of the planet her birth control ran out, or the 4,212th condom split and they couldn't hear it over the singing towers and they had time enough to raise a child there. And I just hope to God it doesn't turn out to be Nardole. Martha shouts out Peck as he's sinking into the sludge, so she must have learnt his name. So she picked up the language in half an hour? Creamer acts well here nonetheless, and it's quite like Terminator 2, but there are other crap moments. The Hath start off trying to get to the source using the least convincing battering ram action of all time, then they graduate to arc welding. Maybe start with that. There are lots of uses of the Sonic, although perhaps slightly more subtly than usual. The flipping scene I still don't like. She flips, and flips for 10 full seconds, and now suddenly she's a gymnast. She's brilliant! Some mysteries. We get lots more bubbling hand. Is that building up to something? Doctor decides that the TARDIS brought them there because of Jenny, but also to create her, so that's an endless paradox. And Donna says she wants to travel with the Doctor forever. We can only hope, eh, Ponkin? One last word on Jenny. According to TARDIS Wikia, in 2013, Moffat said the door's open for her to come back, possibly. Capaldi once answered a fan question at a convention by saying she hadn't been forgotten. But RTD has also told Stephen Moffat that Jenny flew straight into a moon after getting into a rocket, and I can confirm she wasn't shown in the new series trailer. Perhaps they just didn't want to open up that whole can of plot holes again. My rating's a cop-out because it's exactly the same as last week's, 2.7.
Listener minis.
Bingo bongo, we have a listener mini. This one comes from Tracy from America. Hello, Tracy.
Hi.
Doing incredibly well, sending in minis for every single new Who. Okie dokie. By the way, spoiler alert, I read this just a second ago, and it is way cleverer than we've been for the past hour. Okie dokie, here we go. It's Tracy again. Welcome to another mini. Great episode for strong female characters. Martha, Donna, and Jenny are all so clever. Martha fixing the Hath's arm, then meeting up with the others by going overland. Donna working out the date stamps in the tunnels, and Jenny discovering that she could choose to subvert her conditioning by shooting a pipe instead of killing, are all so great. Love it. Love the running.
That was a nice line.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
A really good catchphrase.
Yeah. Now, let's have some logic and maths. The war has raged on for 7 days. General Grizzlemonger seems the oldest one, but not even he remembers what they are doing there. I think we can speculate that the soldier's growth is accelerated, and that he was created sometime after the event that started the war. Assuming they are created at what we'd call age 20, assuming General Grizz is 60, and assuming he was created around day 2, they age 6.7 years each day, or in 3.6 hours, they age a year. Surprisingly, this worked. The Doctor and Donna are with them a very short time, and it's probably not enough to see the visible aging. This may also explain the disappearance of Jenny. Recall that she dies, the Doctor leaves, then she apparently regenerates and takes off on her own adventures. Yet, we never see her again. Is it because she ages so quickly that she'll be dead again, of old age this time, in about 12 days?
Holy smokes. And Tracy gives this episode a rating of maths. That is super duper clever.
So much cleverer than we were.
Oh my god, that is so clever. Oh my god, and it actually, I mean, I haven't crunched the numbers. I'm going to assume that Tracy has, and that this works out. That's super clever. That's an interesting take on it as well.
And explains exactly why we don't see Jenny.
Yes, exactly. Yes. I mean, it does make me a little bit sad, because I kind of want her to be alive somewhere. And just not have a spin-off.
She can have a 12-day adventure, though.
Aww.
She just needs to go to the planet where a day lasts 24 years.
Oh.
That's fine.
Oh, really? Wait, is that how it works?
Sort
Wouldn't
of.
she then just die in the late morning?
Oh. Fine.
Actually, early morning.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay, cool. Awesome. Tracy, fantastic mini. Thank you so much for sending that in. Ladies and gentlemen of Podcast Land who are not Tracy, feel free to follow Tracy on Twitter. She is at Yekatnyatnuf. That's Fountain Tracy backwards.
Well done.
Okie dokie. I think that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for joining me on this amazing New Who adventure. And thank you to you, ladies and gentlemen of Podcast Land. Next time, we're going to be doing a classic Who episode, which, depending on when we drop this, will either be Spearhead from Space, the very first Pertwee serial, or Doctor Who and the Silurians. Ooh. Very interesting. The next New Who episode is going to be...
The Unicorn and the Wolf.
That's right. And the next Audio Who review, which, let's face it, is not going to drop anytime soon. It's going to be The Cannibalists. You're not on Twitter? Are you on Instagram or something else that you would like people to follow you on?
No.
Do you do anything else that you'd like to plug?
Not really.
Okay, then.
just watch Doctor Who.
Oh my god, that's a great plug.
On a loop.
Yeah. This week, I'd like to encourage people to watch some Doctor Who.
Yeah.
That's great. If you'd like to say hello to me, though, you're more than welcome to high-five me online, and I will high-five you right back. I am @Ponkin. You know how to spell that. Until the next time, thank you so much for listening. Be rad and excellent to each other. Rock on and cha-ciao.
Ta-ta.
I'm so careful
You
to
can
say
cut that bit.
Kablamo! Did you enjoy the show? Then please do what the cosmos compels you to and spread the gospel of Who Back When. Tell your friends. Don't have any friends? No problemo. Tell some strangers. Like us on Facebook. That's facebook.com/Who Back When. All in one word. Are you on Google Plus? Then find us on Google Plus. That's plus Who Back When. And when you do, tell us why you're on Google Plus. Who Back When just got its very own Twitter account, no lie, so give us a follow. You guessed it, that's @WhoBackWhen, all in one word. Check us out on SoundCloud, vote us up on Reddit, listen to us on Stitcher, and head on over to our website, whobackwhen.com, where you can leave a comment, submit a review of your own, and peruse our visual index of aliens, monsters, and more, which increases in kablamos with every episode. And lastly, give us a rating and review on iTunes. Not only would it make us super chuffed, and it really, really would, but as thanks, we will transmigrate your iTunes nom de plume into the credit list of trailers for fake Doctor Who audiobooks produced by Who Back When. Have a poke around our bonus episodes to make more sense of that. That's it. Rock on and be rad and excellent to each other. Catch your earballs in our next classic Who review, New Who review, or, still funny, Audio Who review. Ciao.
Who Back When?